All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Stock Market Update. Today is Wednesday, March 16th. I'm still live from New York City in my makeshift studio here. And wow, stocks are rallying, and there's three reasons why that is, and we'll take a look at this today. By the way, if you're new to this channel, I'm Marcus Heitkotter. This is my head coach, Mark Hodge, and together we have more than 47 years of trading experience. And every morning we sift through a mountain of news websites, newsletters, and reports, and then we take the most important news and go live right here to let you know what you need to know. Yeah, as you head into your trading day. Anyhow, if this is your first time here and it is a little bit overwhelming, don't worry. We have a special video just for you that I will link to in the description, and that's a great place to get started. Anyhow, so Mark, yesterday markets rallied. The S&P up more than 2%. The Nasdaq almost 3%. What's happening?
Quite a day, Marcus. Quite a day. We opened and really just started moving higher and never looked back. And I see you have the 5 minute chart there, the S&P, and you see that steady increase throughout the day. A little bit of a sideways move during lunch, but then a rally into the close and a real strong, solid day.
Yeah, so let's talk about the three main reasons of what is happening here. So one of the things is oil prices keep collapsing. We talked about this yesterday, but over the past few weeks, as oil prices were going from $90 to $130, so basically surging like 40% in a matter of days because of the Russia-Ukraine war. This is where everybody got concerned about inflation and how will it hurt the economy. So this was one of the factors that was driving the stock market down. And right now, crude oil prices are collapsing very, very quickly here. I mean, yesterday we were trading as low as $93. This morning, well, a little bit up here at $98, but below $100.
Exactly. And this had a big impact, I believe, in yesterday's move because you had speculation really driving oil higher because there was really no end in sight with Ukraine and Russia and oil and so you had speculation driving it higher, but then you kind of had all of these things happening at the same time where COVID cases in China really started to increase, get out of control, in China has really cracked down on trying to curb those COVID cases. So if they're shutting down, that means demand for oil is also going to fall. So you have speculation and people thinking, okay, maybe I should take profits now and get out. You have possibly a slowdown in China, and then you also have the U.S. Working with Venezuela to introduce imports when there's been bans there. So that kind of squashed the rally in oil, at least for now, and that I believe helped yesterday.
Yeah, so this is one of the reasons. The other reason what is happening right now is more from the Russia-Ukraine front. And so Ukrainian President Zelensky is scheduled to speak virtually this morning to the Senate and the House, I believe both of them, right? To the U.S. Congress. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this is going on right now, actually. He should have started just a few minutes ago.
Sure, and you have this, but you also have some optimism over a possible a deal. There was optimism from Zelensky, also coming out of Russia, that there could be an end that's realistic. And Zelensky also he's also basically really addressed that joining NATO at this point is not an option, and that was one of the reasons or catalysts, at least, that Russia used to even begin things there. So just a few different things really positive with the Russia Ukraine situation also helping markets.
Yeah, definitely some hope that the conflict might come to an end. And then, of course, we have the Fed. The Fed. And so this is the third reason of why the markets have been rallying, because markets participant basically priced in that we will have 7 rate hikes this year. And right now, Fed President Fed Chief Powell has said, you know what, with all of this going on here, with lockdowns in China, the Russia-Ukraine crisis, the spiking oil prices, and all of this, we will remain nimble. And this is where some market participants now say, well, maybe today he will say it's not 7 hikes and give indication that maybe it's just 5. So this is definitely a catalyst here for the markets this morning.
Sure, and even 7 hikes being priced into the market, I don't think that's overly aggressive for the inflation situation that we see right now, and also the higher energy prices. Considering that typically 2% interest is kind of that long-term target, and we've been nowhere near that. So today's Fed meeting and wrapping it up would be the first time we raised rates since 2018,
Yeah.
and 7 or less, I think the market would love.
Yeah. All right. So what else? I mean, looking at the VIX here, the VIX now below 30, and it hasn't been below 30 over the past 2 weeks. So we'll see if this remains low and will drop below 30. It has stayed at elevated levels here, yeah, for the past few weeks. So let's take a look at a few stocks and what's happening here. I mean, one of the things that I brought up is basically the Finwiz, yeah, group scanner here of the sectors in the S&P, and yesterday pretty much all of the sectors rallied but energy. So energy, which used to be the outperformer over the past few days, I mean, the energy stocks had a rough time here. Looking at ExxonMobil, so yesterday they dropped 5.7%. This morning in pre-market trading up 1% as crude oil prices are bouncing back a little bit. But also Chevron here yesterday down 5%. So I mean, this looks very similar. They mirror the oil prices basically.
Yeah, I mean, we had such a quick run up there with oil rallying, and so this pullback with oil is totally expected. But yeah, interesting to see that everything was in the green yesterday except for energy.
Yeah, and if you look at this move here over the past few weeks, that's a 30% move for Chevron. 30%.
That's
That's quite a
huge.
lot. Yeah. And then tech stocks that got beaten down over the past few weeks, they had a good day. So here's Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft yesterday up 3.87%, and again up in pre-market trading here.
Yeah, I mean, tech led the way yesterday. Nasdaq up 2.9%. So again, you have this situation where uh, there's a little optimism in the market. In this was in spite of the 10-year yield actually higher again yesterday. So
Yeah.
traders shaking that off, and the focus being optimism with the war coming to an end, or at least a break there, and then also with the what the Fed might do.
Yeah. Netflix had a good day yesterday, up 3.8% after being beaten down here. This morning, pre-market trading up another 0.95%, almost a percent here. And then, yeah, as you said, tech companies. I mean, Oracle, big day yesterday, 4.5%. For Oracle, that's a big day, 4.5%.
Sure, sure, absolutely.
And then we have stocks like that are a little bit more volatile, like Nvidia. I mean, they were up yesterday, 7.7%, taking on another 2.5% in pre-market trading. We had AMD yesterday up almost 7%, and again, tracking here, clocking in at 2.5% up in pre-market trading. So, I mean, just tech stocks yesterday were on a tear.
Even Disney had a pretty good day, up 4% yesterday
That's a pretty big
after
move for
struggling
Disney.
recently. What's that?
Yeah, that's a pretty big move for Disney.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Disney, McDonald's. I mean, these are the Dow stocks, and I mean, even the Dow stocks are doing well. So McDonald's up yesterday, 2.8%, up in pre-market trading, another 1%. I wanted to take a look at Tesla. Tesla keeps raising prices, but yeah, yesterday also up 4.6%, and this morning in pre-market trading up another 1.88%, 1.9%. And I mean, over the past few months, they have raised the price of the what is it, the Model 3, from 36,000 to 46,000 by $10,000, because they say, well, I mean, everything gets more expensive for us, and so we're passing it through. But that's a pretty good price hike. I mean, that's almost 30%, right?
That's big, yeah. You know, speaking of a move, did you see Peloton?
Peloton. What a stock. I mean, this is a stock that first was flying high. We got to zoom out to show all this. So they started trading in late 2019, somewhere around the 20 mark. and then were soaring during the pandemic when everybody was staying at home. Nobody was going into the gyms, and Peloton took advantage of this, and it was going up to as high as $170. Then over the past few months, sliding, and I mean, the CEO resigned, and so there's a lot going on, and now they're back at basically the IPO trading. But yeah, I mean, they had a 12% day yesterday, which for Peloton is not that big because they have these moves.
Yeah, but this jump was probably tied to the market, and also an analyst, Bernstein, initiated coverage with an outperform rating, saying that the recent losses in Peloton makes this absurdly attractive as an entry point for investors. There you go. You have the article right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is really the case. I don't see the competitive edge for Peloton, to be honest. Right? I
I mean,
mean,
we've
this is
talked
where you
about
have
that
the other fitness
for
equipment
years.
makers like Schwinn or Bowflex or these guys. I mean, they can swoop in. They don't have a patent on this, or at least it's a patent that it's easy to circumvent because I see it right now. I'm in a hotel here, and I mean, in the gym, they do have bikes with big screens. So I mean, this is what Peloton basically has, and so I don't know. I don't see the competitive edge here.
Well, maybe it's attractive at these levels, though.
We'll see.
We'll have
We'll
to
see.
see.
What was more
Not at
attractive yesterday were
150.
airlines. I mean, airlines made a huge jump yesterday. I mean, United Airlines, we both have a position in United Airlines, up 9%. This morning, pre market trading up another 2.8%. But it's not only United, it's also American Airlines because they raised their revenue outlooks, right?
Yeah, that helped with yesterday's move, and I mean, also crude oil dropping. We talked about how airlines hedge themselves against these spikes in oil, but just a combination of things helping out airlines, getting back to some of those, getting close to where we were a little over a week ago.
Yeah. And then Chinese stocks. Chinese stocks are on the move. I mean, they have been beaten down with now China locking down in Shenzhen, which is their tech region here. But then this morning in pre-market trading, look at this. Alibaba up 20%. I mean, this is huge.
Big move. Pre-market barely making a dent in where we how much we've dropped, but still positive news with China-based stocks listed in the U.S. Rallying, helped by some reports that the Chinese government will take steps to support the markets and the economy. This they also mentioned they'll support the real estate concern too. That was something that traders and investors were worried about. And also that the US and China are progressing toward an agreement on regulatory requirements for these companies. So there was a lot of concerns or worries that these Chinese companies would be delisted from US exchanges. And it looks like, at least right now, traders are liking those reports.
Yeah, Didi up 43% in pre-market trading. I mean, I don't know how much it helps when you were trading at $1.80 and now you're 256. But hey, it's because they are the Uber of China, and I mean they had the IPO. Whenever they had the IPO, they got torpedoed by the Chinese government, right? And this is how they dropped from $18 to $1.80 here. 90% loss, but now up 42% in pre-market trading. Who else do we have there? JD.com, we talked about that yesterday. So they're also up 24%. And then we have PDD, Pinduoduo, also up here, 36%. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, another mover, Micron Technology, Marcus.
All right,
One of
MU.
the best, yeah, one of the best performers in the S&P, uh, and up pre-market, also up 5.4% yesterday. Also, Bernstein double upgrade to outperform from underperform, saying the Ukraine conflict won't result in any significant memory chip supply or demand concerns. Also noting that the recent sell-off in Micron and other semiconductor stocks is making this attractive. So nice little move there.
All right. Hey, before we start trading, one more thing here. Did you see this? That there is a new bill which is has been passed by the Senate to make daylight saving time permanent. It's yesterday, and it was unanimously. It was like, I don't know, 386 to 16, so that we stop moving the clock twice a year. So this will be interesting. And I mean, if this passes the House, it will go in effect in November 2023. So not anytime soon, because yeah, it seems that there's a lot involved that needs to be done to do this. But that's interesting, don't you think?
I am in favor of it.
Yeah. All right, we got to get ready for trading. And if you would like to know how we trade these crazy markets, take a look at these videos here. And then we'll see you in the next stock market update tomorrow morning. Have a great day.
Happy trading, everybody.